Good afternoon, everyone. It's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. As we had promoted, we are going to be talking today about a good subject, a lot to do away with the confusion of what assisted living is all about. And somebody proposed this, and I've been asked it many times. Is senior living, such as assisted living, the same as a nursing home? There is different grades to senior living. There is independent living. Independent living, there is some scenarios that there are freestanding communities, and with them being freestanding communities, that means that they have a different type of license. It's like a little step above a hotel license. There's no medical on board. There is no director of nursing. There's no medical staff administering medications or anything of that nature. And they do not report to what we call the healthcare administration. So freestanding independent living is a different type of license. Like I said, it is more of an apartment-like setting, senior living setting, apartment dwelling. There is also independent living within a senior living community. Some senior living communities have steps of progression and where you can age in place. You start off with independent living, then it's assisted, meaning you need assistance with your activities of daily living, and then you maybe require memory care. Whereas, with the severity of dementia, Alzheimer's is embraced much more exclusively. That is also has a different level of licensure also. These are the things that I discuss with you because going into a community, maybe at the earliest stages, and maybe you're going to be aging, place, or your loved one is going to be aging in place, or your spouse is going to be aging in place. And if the licensure is not something that they're going to be able to do the tasks for you when you're not able to do it, then quite honestly, you're going to have to transition again to another community. So when it's now, that's what the stuff that we have to look upon is to see if what we're projecting ahead, if you have dementia, if the early starts of it, or if you're diabetic, or you're on oxygen, you have heart disease, it's best now to plan ahead as to where we're going to be in the future as your disease processes honestly expand or actually gets worsened. So those are levels there as well too. Then there is another caveat of senior living, and that's what we call residential care homes or adult family care homes, where they're smaller home-like settings. It's actually a house that seniors live in. Maybe there might be 5-bed, 10-bed. They are licensed accordingly. They're not as brick and mortar or large of as the large units that there might be 200 residents. This is smaller scale, and sometimes they could be in residential care communities. The ones I told you about before where you can age in place, those are licensed. They have to report to our healthcare administration. They're observed, they are evaluated on a regular basis. There's rules and regulations. The same thing with adult family care homes and residential care homes. There is reporting measures that they are observed by the healthcare administration to abide by certain rules and regulations. Now, the extra caveat when people confuse all the time with nursing homes, or what we'd like to call them, is skilled nursing facilities. Skilled nursing facilities is usually where most seniors or people that need to rehabilitate go after hospitalization. May it be after a stroke, may it be after a fractured hip, maybe it's after some kind of surgery, may it be an amputation, maybe it heart disease, and maybe a quadruple bypass. You're going to this skilled nursing facility to rehabilitate, where they provide nursing services and rehabilitation, which is physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. Those facilities are are facilities that work with your healthcare insurance to rehabilitate for short stays. Now, there is skilled nursing facilities that have a separate entity or a separate um, hallway or unit that is what they call long-term care units. Long-term care units are ones that really need significant help, maybe after a stroke and not rehabilitating too well, that they stay there in place for the long term. Now, also, those facilities that are long term, some of them are long term care Medicaid financed or helps aid in paying for the services that they're providing you on a daily basis. Whereas senior living communities, like the small ALFs, like the ones that are brick and mortar, that have all levels of care, or all different levels of need, independent, assisted, and memory care, or even the residential care homes or assisted living care homes or adult family care homes are also private pay. There is some that are stipend or supported with long-term care Medicaid. That's a whole different conversation, meaning that that's something that you have to qualify, and that's a conversation separate from today's talk or discussion. So a nursing home, I hate that, I'm going to be really honest with you, that scenario or that name, we call them skilled nursing facilities. That means they're more rehab. Yes, you could stay there long term because of extra care that needs to be rendered. So, a lot of things when people say, I am not going to the nursing home. They're 75, 80 years old and they're planning ahead. I'm not going to the nursing home. I can understand their perspective because when they think of a nursing home, it's end of life. I have no social activities. I am just existing. That is not what a skilled nursing facility is. It is for rehab with a lot of skilled care, that also being nursing care as well as therapy care. But it also could be long-term care needs being looked upon if somebody's disease process really progressed where they're really bedbound or there's something that there is at the end of life or as well. So no, senior living is not a nursing home. When you tour these facilities with me or even doing virtual tours, you'll see the active lifestyle that are in these communities. Maybe the standalone independent living, or the ones that actually have the three units, meaning independent, assisted living, and memory care. The residential care homes, the small ALFs, the activities is something that they really expound upon, that a senior, rather than staying home and being set in front of a TV all day and what I call not thriving, not being stimulated, and really basically existing day to day. When you see them in the senior living communities where they're bowling, they are playing bingo, they're doing putt-putt golf, they're doing exercises, they're doing art classes, they're doing their place of worship, maybe Bible study, they're doing chorus, or they have visiting canine, or they have visiting preschools, mixing the ages together. They're very active lifestyle. So yes, it's by choice to get involved, but why wouldn't you? Because there's great things to do with others of your likeness, of your age groups, but also you're dining with others. May it be that you're going to these senior living communities and you're going with your spouse, or you live alone. Dining with somebody really makes the meal even much more special. And you're breaking bread with a family member, a friend the conversation you have, it becomes much more enjoyable. A lot of those meals are dietary controlled in those licensed facilities. Somebody that's diabetic, that you want to make sure that they're adhering to those diets, maybe a low salt diet for people with hypertension, or cardiac diseases. So these are the advantages in being a senior living community that are licensed appropriately, a warm, loving environment, have medical staff so there's eyes and ears watching over your loved one. It is not a skilled nursing facility. It is not a nursing home. It is something to really look forward to and really have a good time. I wouldn't say it's communal living, but you're communicating with one another, like I said, of your likeness, of your age group, and partaking in hobbies that you maybe once did with a group of people and are not allowed to do it anymore because you can't get to those festivities. And that maybe even playing cards or just sitting around and having a conversation. So now you'll have a different terminology. Is senior living like a nursing home? Absolutely not. It is something to look forward to and to age in place, thrive, be stimulated, and really having fun. I'm going to tell you, when you have your senior loved one go to a senior living community, you're going to have to make an appointment with them. They're going to be very active. So there's not going to be many times that you're going to be saying that they were available. So, and then also you could partake in their activities as well too. There's a lot of family activities and special occasions that you could visit, but also be a guest in their new home. So thank you for viewing today for Tuesday Talks. And if you want me to elaborate on this a little bit more, or you have other topics that you would like to talk about, please call me. The best way to get in touch with you is going to my website, which is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will find my bio, testimonials, various options. You will actually see all my demographics there as well. Send me an email, give me a call, and I would love to help you navigate this time, this journey, and show you the difference in senior living for yourself and firsthand. Thank you for coming for Tuesday Talks, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a blessed week and be safe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.